this is Jamie from Capsule Computers, and today we are reviewing Dying Light's The Following. It is an expansion pack that can be purchased on its own for $19.99 US or as part of the Dying Light Season Pass. Yes, you heard me correctly, buying the Season Pass will actually get you the expansion pack, which makes it a pretty good deal. The Following is out now for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Linux, and Windows. The Following takes Kyle Crane outside of Haran after a survivor makes it into the city with wild stories of villagers who are immune to the zombie virus. With antigen levels running low at the tower, Kyle decides to take the risk and leave Haran to investigate the story. Now, I've got to admit, I kinda thought the whole cultist plot was a bit half-baked when I read the synopsis, but I've managed to put my foot so far into my mouth I'm currently eating my shoe. Techland's writers have done a great job with the cultists to create a very believable story that blends into the lore well. It's a real shame that the game's possible endings feel really abrupt and anticlimactic after a very good ride. I do wish the main storyline carried on a little further, as the game's non-linear progression system based on building trust with locals is really a fancy way of saying you're going to be plowing through a lot of side quests before you're allowed to proceed further with the main story. The Following's map is huge. It's been estimated to be larger than all the previous Dying Light maps combined. Big difference, of course, is density. As it is set in the countryside outside of Haran, there are a lot of open fields, long roads, and rolling hills with only a few houses or the odd industrial building in sight. It is a nice excuse, however, to travel around with the Following's big-ticket feature, the Buggy. The new vehicle system is composed of two parts, the driving skill tree and the actual Buggy itself. Driving around at high speeds and turning zombies into roadkill awards experience in the driving skill tree, which unlocks the ability to craft better parts and some sweet new upgrades for the Buggy. The Buggy itself has 5 main parts that can be either purchased, crafted, or looted. Better versions of these parts are available, but of course the price or the crafting material is going to be much steeper. The Buggy needs to have gas and parts in working order to function. Run out of gas and obviously you're not going anywhere, though a broken part will simply just slow your Buggy down a bit. Gas and material for repairs can be looted from the many abandoned vehicles littered across the map. The constant need to repair and fuel the Buggy creates possibly one of the best vehicle systems in a survival game so far. Techland has struck an excellent balance, making the consumption rate high enough that you don't actually need to stop at the Buggy and get out to check every vehicle you pass, but the minute you hop out of the Buggy for whatever reason, you really want to start scrounging around for parts and fuel. The audio-visual presentation in The Following is solid. A lot of the sound effects and graphics are more of the same from Dying Light, which isn't bad at all because it received a huge enhanced edition patch recently that upgraded a lot of things under the hood. The scenery is a nice break from the more urban look of Haran, and the cultists are really well designed. Voice acting in this expansion is plentiful and of high quality. Now, I do have some gripes with The Following. First, it could have used a little bit of polish. I ran into a few parts of the map that really wasn't designed well for the grappling hook or just felt plain awkward to climb. There were also some minor audio and visual glitches. My biggest annoyance, however, is the fact that there's no way to go from Haran to the countryside without having to back out to the main menu, then switch areas. While Kyle's stats and inventory transfers in between, having to go out to the menu to switch really breaks the game's immersion. If you liked what you saw in Dying Light, then you really should play The Following. It adds a good amount of content, worthy of being called an expansion pack. Techland did a great job in building a map for the Buggy, and more importantly, balancing it in a way that makes you feel like a survivor. Sure, there are some rough spots with a crappy ending and some lack of polish here or there, but The Following is exactly what I want out of an expansion pack. So I'm awarding Dying Light The Following 8 capsules out of 10. If you want to read our full review, be sure to check out the link in the description or in the video's card. I hope to see you soon. This is Jamie from Capsule Computers signing off.